Alright guys, good morning. We are back with another video on the Blaze Branch Racing YouTube channel. It's been a second. Apologize for that. But we've been having some technical difficulties with our videoing equipment and editing stuff. So trying to figure out another thing with that. Today I'm videoing with my phone. So bear with me. Hopefully I'm still videoing in 4K, so it should still be pretty good quality, but my GoPro's battery went out on me, so we're gonna have to back up and punt. But today we're gonna be doing a little bit of work on 1500, and we've got some really good stuff to go on this engine. We're gonna be probably taking the intake off, spark plugs, wires, stuff. We got to move some stuff from the other engine over to this one because this one's only got one, if you can see that. It's only got one fuel line. There's actually two on the other motor, or engine, sorry. I'm really going to have to, get out of that habit because it's technically an engine, but if I say motor, you know what I'm talking about. It's an engine, motor, whatever, y'all. But anyways, so we're going to be switching some things over, getting ready to get this engine back in the vehicle. We got some people doing some roof work over there, so hopefully that won't hinder our progress. But so we're going to be putting in plugs, doing wires. We got some bolts broke off in the head. Let's see. On this side, there's 1, 2. So we're going to be replacing those gaskets. We're going to be doing valve cover gaskets. We got to switch the intakes over, get all that lined out. And we've got new parts. This is the whole fuel system. It's really nice from Dorman. And it's labeled and everything, all brand new. It's a little expensive, but honestly, if you're going to do it, y'all, right here's the way to go. For this truck, where it's extended cab, that's backwards, but part number is 919840. And it's, you can't beat that. But we're going to be probably crawling under here, too. I'll video as much as I can on my phone. It's going to be a little jank, but it'll be fine. I'm going to flip the camera around and show y'all some stuff my dad's been doing. So, Dad's been working on this thing quite a bit. Let's see if I can get up here. If you can look in the actual engine bay, that Dad's been doing a lot of cleanup. He's been doing a lot of frame stuff. He's already got it sprayed and everything. If I can zoom in on that. He's got it sprayed with rust reformer. He's starting to run the new brake lines. We're gonna be redoing everything on this truck by the end of it. He's got all this cleaned up nice. We're gonna be replacing this cross member. But if you can look under there, he's just been doing a whole lot. There's some of the rust. That's not even half of it, really. But he's got all this back half ready to spray and ready to go. And, still a whole lot of work to do, but we're getting there. He's got the fuel tank ready, new fuel pump in it. So we're going to make the most out of it on the phone, videoing on the phone. And we'll video it as much as we can. All right, here's our progress. We've got the intake off. The valve cover gaskets are going to be replaced. So we took the valve covers off. Just cleaning some stuff up under here. These are your knock sensors. we're going to buckle up all the top and maybe call it a day for now. But right there's the valve covers. You can see that they just go on like that. And then this bracket that holds the cool packs bolts to it. It's actually a pretty nice setup, just to be honest. Keeps all of it nice and tidy. But what I wanted to talk about was the difference between the intakes. So there's just a year difference between these two motors, okay? So this is off of a 2004 non-flex fuel. This is off a 2003 flex fuel. So the difference I noticed right off the bat, just because it was the same way with my 2.2 S10 flex versus non-flex, the difference between those years was 99 and 2001. So just in case y'all are wondering or whatever you get into this. So I noticed right off the bat, this has got 2 fuel lines going into the fuel rail, whereas this one only has 1. I've got this flipped around, so hold on. Get this where it needs to be. So this one's only got 1 coming in. I'm sure the fuel injectors are different and all that stuff. Can't really say for sure on that unless I look it up at work. But another cool thing I noticed is that this thing has the firing order on the intake. It's pretty neat. But it also, this one has this little doohickey here. Not sure exactly what that is. Some kind of, it might even be the fuel pressure regulator or something. But it's got that on it. This one does not. It's clipped off. These are both factory intakes. Dorman makes an intake. And if you have a Dorman intake on yours, you'll probably see a Dorman symbol somewhere on top. This one's obviously GM. So it's factory. Same with this one. It's factory. So if you have the Dorman intake requires totally different gaskets than what it is if it's factory. But anyways, luckily we noticed that early on, and it's going to save us a whole lot of time. It would be kind of crappy if we put that motor all the way back in and realized it. So we're getting ready to run to the parts store and get the intake gasket set for the factory intake. And it comes with throttle body gasket and like a couple other little gaskets and O-rings and stuff like that. So all that'll be good to go. But I just wanted to show y'all that because, you know, if you're switching over a motor like this, your ECM will only accommodate one or the other. And if you try to just plug it all in, it's not going to work. So save you some headache and stuff if y'all ever get into something like this. All right, we're back from the parts store. We're getting ready to start throwing this thing back together. All fresh. We could have took the heads and stuff off this thing, but we're just going to try to get it running for right now. If we can get another couple, well, if we could get another 100,000 miles out of this motor right here, that'd be pretty good. But got these really nice gaskets right here. This is the Felpro set for the stock intake manifold. It's a MS 98016T. Comes with these really nice gaskets, guys. This is super nice. Check this out. So you see this little ledge right there? It's made to fit down over top of the head bolt. See? And it holds it in place while you're putting your intake back on. And that's just really nice. And it's made out of metal and not plastic like the OE ones are. So I thought that was really good. It also comes with this gasket. I'm sure we'll find out what that is. Throttle body gasket, another little O-ring, and fuel injector O-rings, and looks like some EGR gaskets of some kind. So we're going to put all that back together. Not that intake, but this intake. We're going to clean it up, make it look good. We need to switch over throttle bodies because we broke off this plug-in on this one. And we discovered this underneath the car. We will be JB welding that back onto the top and pay no mind to it whatsoever. We've came to a standstill. On that side, yeah. We got all of the exhaust manifold bolts out. Got this one out with a pair of vice grips. We got all of them out perfectly, which if you know, you know. These like to break off in the head. Except for this one right here. So we're going to attempt to drill a small hole, followed by a little bit bigger hole. And then we're going to try to hammer, hopefully, this easy out into it. And then take a pair of vice grips and get her out of there. So... Alright, update. Right as Dad was about to pull out the bit, it broke off in there. So we're just having to drill through the drill bit we just had. Mildly unfortunate times we had. You can see the drill bit in there, really.
Yeah, I know it. It's harder than the metal around it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to stop working on that and move along to something we can actually do. But we will come back to that in the next video, because we're gonna have to do some research and figure out what can drill through a drill bit, because we tried a couple different DeWalt drill bits and it just messed them up instantly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the valve covers back on, and we can assemble this other side. The intake, we're going to clean up the intake and the exhaust manifolds, put the intake back on, get everything switched over, so we can still do a whole lot. Honestly, for us to get as many out as we did scot-free, that's a win in my book, because they're a pain in the neck, y'all. If you have any tips to share the community about how to get that out, if you break off a drill bit in it, let us know. It'd be greatly appreciated. to show you all the spark plugs on this motor we're going to be putting in. They're out of sequence, but it doesn't really matter because they all look pretty daggum good. You know, some water came in probably while it was at the junkyard and kind of gummed up the top and the threads and stuff, but we're feeling pretty good about that. You know, there's always that slight chance that somebody changed them right before it went bad, but feeling pretty good. The motor looks great. Cleaned everything up. New valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, O-rings on the injectors. We fixed this and made it a smaller hose. Looks really good. We're gonna have to regroup on the exhaust manifolds, so we're gonna be doing that in the next video. We got tools everywhere, but Dad was working on this truck this morning bright and early. He was up under it getting the frame ready and all that. But we're gonna clean up and call it a day. I want to point out our hats. It's backwards because I've got front facing camera on, but Dad hooked us up with some Blaze Branch Racing hats. It's pretty cool. If this YouTube channel blows up, we'll have them for sale to all you all. We're sitting at 300 subs, but anything's possible. But just wanted to say thank you for watching. If you did, you're cool. You should totally like and subscribe to the channel because we're just fooling around working on cars. We enjoy it. I guess we'll see you next time.